I'm Brandon Howell, and I'm the managing director of the Arizona Rose Theater Company.
My name is Cynthia Howell, and I am the artistic director of the Arizona Rose Theater Company.
We were on a trip in Tombstone in about 1994, and we were walking through the courthouse, and we came across a picture of Nellie Cashman. I think it was at that point that my parents said, wait a second, here's Tombstone, it's right in our backyard, and it's such an interesting story that could make a very good musical.
We came home and we started researching. My husband started writing the book, and he and my son began the collaboration on the music, and that's how Tombstone was born.
We began with workshops. We auditioned people that we thought might work for various characters, and we brought them together. We tried various pieces of music. We tried out various scenes to see what would work. As we workshopped the piece, we wrote it and developed it.
But I have to tell you that opening night of the show was one of the scariest moments of our life. We had historians, we had, I think, the whole town of Tombstone. The curtain opened and the curtain closed, and when it did, we ended that evening with a standing ovation, and it was a wonderful night.
The Arizona Rose Theater Company's 1996 production of Tombstone the Musical played to nearly full houses every performance of the 2-week run. By closing night, nearly 3,000 Tucson, Tombstone, and Arizona locals had seen the production, each audience meeting the final ensemble bow with a standing ovation. 6 more productions of the prolific musical were to follow this Virgin run, each in succession helping to guide Tombstone to the audience-pleasing product that it is today.
From concept to finish, we mounted Tombstone 7 times. And with each production, we made changes to make it better until it reached the form that it is in now, that we're very happy with.
Tombstone, yes, it's about the OK Corral. Yes, it's about Doc Holliday and Wyatt Earp and the Clantons and the gunfight. But more than anything, it's about a great human being, and her name is Nellie Cashman.
Since the inspiration for the piece came from a picture of Nellie Cashman that we saw at the courthouse, she pretty much was the driving force behind the piece. We had decided from the beginning that we wanted the piece to be written from her perspective because she was such an interesting person in Tombstone.
She took care of the miners. She raised money for all kinds of things.
She'd make fortunes, and then she would give those fortunes away to people who needed them.
At the time when all of these negative occurrences and events were happening and dark events were happening, she was the light in the town.
They called Nellie Cashman the angel of the camp because she was always there to take care of anybody that needed taking care of.
She truly was a hero, not just for then, but for today.
I don't think that our country and our world was ready for the view of Tombstone through Nellie's eyes when we first wrote this show back in 1996. But I think the world is ready for Nellie Cashman's view today. As a matter of fact, I think the world needs Nellie Cashman's view.
In May of 2006, as Tombstone began its journey to New York, Arizona Rose Theater Company founder and Tombstone co-writer Terry Howell passed away suddenly. In the wake of this unfortunate event grew overwhelming support for the project that he knew would be his legacy.
Terry was a tremendous talent, and what an incredible role model Nellie was, which is what he loved about her. And it would be absolutely the greatest legacy he could leave when this show opens on Broadway.
In 2003, we had the opportunity to take one of our other original productions, Triple Threat, to Los Angeles for a 2-week run. And while we were there, we were nominated for several awards in the Los Angeles area against shows that had been running there for much longer than 2 weeks. They were the Artistic Directors Achievement Awards. And it was at that time that a producer from Los Angeles, who happened to also be a producer in New York, saw the show. And he was very excited and interested in our work. And he came to us afterwards and said, do you have anything that you think might work off Broadway in New York? And we said, well, we just happen to have a piece called Tombstone the Musical that we think would work really well.
The world needs Nellie Cashman again. The world needs people to know who she was and what she stood for.